So Vici Gaming going to have Bristleback as their first pick here after taking out the Clockwork and the Visage, while DK have taken out Alchemist and Elder Titan. Bristleback has been the flavor of the week, about the month actually, flavor of the month. Everyone has been picking this hero over and over again on the off lane. I've seen 1 or 2 games where Bristleback has been played as a carry role, position 1 on the safe lane, but overall I would consider Bristleback as better position in the off lane, where he's able to just survive and get farm, and teams have been just using Bristleback as stacking the ancients as much as possible, since you can clear it really quickly with your curl spray. It's a lot similar to how you play Beastmaster on the off lane some time ago. Yeah, so DK is going to respond with Outvow Devourer first pick. Will they go for a Mirana here as well? That's the question. OD is one of those few heroes that's able to take down the Bristleback really quickly, and I personally feel that OD is a really good hero that fits Mushi's playstyle a lot. So DK having that hero for Mushi is a huge plus for them, and it also takes away, it actually gives a lot of pressure to the Vici solo mid hero. Like Super doesn't really play all those lane ownage hero. He's usually playing Alchemist and all those melee temple controllers. So OD could prove to be a huge hero that can pressure Super's hero a lot during the early phases of the game. Rubik is gonna be the second pickup for DK here. They're gonna follow things up with a support after the OD pickup. Fairly standard here. One carry pickup and 1 support pickup. What would Vici Gaming do to respond here? They have few options here. They can pick up the CM to go with the Bristleback, giving the Bristleback the aura so he can spam more kill sprays on the off lane, resulting the Bristleback getting more farm than usual. So they could go around that path. Or maybe they can go around something else, maybe with the Chen, so they can go for some early 5-man with Bristleback. Bristleback and Chen, a really good combination as well. Bristleback will be the tank up front and Chen will be pushing with his creeps. But they'll be responding with the Nyx. The Nyx will be generally directed towards the OD so that the OD can't deal too much damage without a BKB, because Nyx will be always able to mana burn the OD down. And when OD doesn't have much mana, his Orb effect doesn't do a lot of damage because it depends on how much mana do you have. So Nyx Assassin is also a really good hero to deal with the OD during the mid phase of the game. However, Vici Gaming have been using a lot on the support role as well, so it doesn't mean it's going to be a solo mid Nyx Assassin. Vici Gaming will take out the Chen here. What else will DK take out? They maybe will take out the Leshrac. I've seen Vici Gaming run Nyx and Leshrac together as a dual supporting cast to roam around the map to get kills. When they don't have the Rubik and Leshrac, they tend to run something else with the Leshrac. So Vici Gaming could go around that path here at the moment. We'll just wait and see what they are going to choose from here. DK would most likely maybe just ban out some aggressive heroes, the Pugna. Vici Gaming has been using Pugna Bristleback a lot together to deal a lot of early pressure and take down towers as a team. And Pugna will be a really good hero to deal with the OD as well. The Netherwart will wreck the OD in team fights. OD basically can't team fight without a BKB when there's a Netherwart in the game. So maybe we'll look to see if Vici Gaming picks the Pugna up. DK would proceed to take out the Crystal Maiden. Yeah, Crystal Maiden is really good with the Bristleback like I mentioned just now. Maybe they'll even take out the Leshrac. Another support that's really good with Nyx, maybe. Both sides still needs 2 core heroes. Both sides needs Vici Gaming needs a solo mid hero and a safe lane hero, whereas DK needs an off lane hero and a safe lane hero. Unless they decides to run the OD on a safe lane, which I don't really think teams have been using much lately. Most of the time it's just a solo mid OD with rushing a Midas as soon as possible, dictating the gameplay and pressuring the enemy solo lane hero a lot. That would most likely be the path that the OD would take to in this game. We'll have to see what else does Vici Gaming take out here. T-Ben, I hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. T-Ben is here. So, I've went through the draft just now. So it's DK
Uh-huh.
have picked up OD and Rubik as their first two pickups, and Vici Gaming has Bristleback and Nyx. So Vici actually has first pick. They chose to go for the Bristleback. DK responded with the OD and Rubik, and Vici followed up with the Nyx Assassin. What are your thoughts, dude? Mirana still in the pool.
I don't think when it comes to Chinese team versus Chinese team that Marana is like a top pick. I mean, with speed I can understand it, but not so much with these two guys. I don't think VG played Marana, did they, when they were at EMS?
No, because I don't think Sala plays Mirana and ROTK doesn't play
Hmm.
Mirana.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought so as well. I don't recall them playing it. That's why. So far VG, I mean Bristleback. That's a VG hero. That's an ROTK hero. So no surprise there with the first pick and the OD. I think Mushi's tired, man. He wants his hero. Just wants the OD. Give him the OD.
Yeah, and after seeing the OD, Vici Gaming responded with the Nyx. They are one of the few teams that still regularly run Nyx as a solo mid or a support. They still rotate between two of it. Like FY has been playing a magnificent Nyx assassin during EMS. He uses his Impale really well. Like during the few matches I saw, he actually uses his Impale to stop the animation multiple times, and he still manages to get the Impale on. Like he's one of the few players that misses very few Impales on Nyx after the new change.
Let's be honest. No matter what, there are gonna be some impales being missed here and there, but not so bad, huh? It's like you can really appreciate the old Nyx assassin when you play with this new impale, and there it is, the Marana being picked up by DK. So it looks like Burning will be the one most likely gonna be playing that.
I actually have something to add on that, T-Burn. You know, actually, I used to play a lot of Mirana, but I have never seen him play Mirana on DK.
Yeah, I think it's a hero that Burning likes to play a lot. Actually, it's one of his favorite heroes, I think.
Yeah, she's really, really strong throughout the game. Early game to mid game, she can contribute a lot with the Moonlight Shadow and the
Yeah,
arrows.
but
And
you know
late game,
he
she's
tends
still.
to farm more though. I think
So you prefer
Burning
the
at least.
playstyle like Sing Sing? Like he moves around the map a lot after getting a few
Yeah,
levels and trying to help his team as much as possible. He prioritizes helping his team over farming. That's what I want to say.
exactly. I think that's a better way of playing Marana than I think Burnings is. Because like when you play the way Sing Sing does, you are able to throw out many more arrows in a game that could also be more impactful than when Burning is. Because like Burning is always showing on the map and he's farming someone, right? So like when he's off the map, that's when you can expect these arrows coming at you. Whereas a Marana who's roaming around and not like the one roll or something, then you're always afraid of arrows because they're always off the map and not often in a lane farming and giving away their position.
Yeah. And what do you think of Vici Gaming going for Enchantress here in this situation? Is the Enchantress directed at getting a lot of early ganks against the OD, since OD is
I think so,
a lane
yeah.
dominator? You want to gank him with a
Yeah.
hero like Enchantress?
When DK play Marana, they tend to go aggressive tri-lane, and Enchantress is just such a good hero for pressuring the safe lane and the mid lane. So it looks pretty good to me. This edge pick, I like it a lot, and they banned out Chen too. Looks good.
But I like the respawn DK went for. They go for the Earthshaker, which is a really defensive support. So the Earthshaker could always sit behind the OD during
The Lanham Shaker. Oh
yeah,
boy.
during the first few minutes of the laning phase, he can be there just to make sure the OD doesn't die. One fissure and you'll be able to save the OD most of the time. And I remember in MLG, Lamb was really, really good in his positioning as Earthshaker, always protecting Mushi, be at the right place at the right time there, landing those crucial fissures that saves Mushi from those ganks. And Vici Gaming are going to respond with the Razor. This will most likely be the solo mid hero to pit against the OD here. How do you
Razor.
like that? I don't
I
think
like it a lot.
I've seen them play Razor. Like the only Chinese team that uses
Oh,
Razor
actually,
much, I think
that
it's IG, because but they do it differently. They do it on the safe lane and they rush a mecha on the Razor on the safe lane.
I think Super plays that hero a lot actually. There was a time actually when I was in China, all the Chinese teams were playing Razor whenever OD was picked up. But after TI and the two patches down, I think Super is like the only guy left in China the mid player who plays Razor still. So I've seen him play it a few times. So I think
What do you think about Razor? Does he really still fit in the current situation, the current meta?
it's hard to say, to be honest. Like, I think in the current meta, all heroes have some chance somewhere in some kind of lane, but Razor, it's like no matter what, he's always gonna be that really annoying hero to play against, because it's really weird in the things that he does. But I think he can work for sure with BG's lineup. Now that they picked up Razor, it looks like a support Nyx and Enchantress, and this is like kind of BG's comfort zone a little. Obviously, I think they would rather have like an Alchemist or DK, but because DK have OD, they had to opt for the Razor, or their mid lane will be kind of screwed.
Yeah, let me ask you. So they're gonna use most likely the Nyx as a support here, Razor, because I really don't see Nyx plus Bristleback plus Razor as their tricol. It's really not very strong against the OD. So the last hero, do you think Pugna would be a good fit up to Vici Gaming's lineup? Have the Pugna on the safe lane.
Oh wow, that's actually a really good question. Pugna.
The ward will deal havoc against the
Oh,
OD.
SLARK.
Wow, SLARK.
That's an Ice SLARK, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. That's an ISS
1v1
SLARK.
versus Bristleback. You think how does SLARK do against Bristleback anyways?
I'm trying to do the laning phase in my brain right now. So, SLARK hits. I think Bristleback still has the edge over SLARK in the laning phase. The Quill Spray will always be able to drive SLARK out of the lane. I don't think SLARK can beat out Bristleback in the lane early with the stat stealing. I still think the Quill Spray will be able to drive the SLARK out of the lane better. Do you think so? Or do you think SLARK has the advantage?
I'm thinking the same thing, but like I've never seen such a matchup before ever, so I'm looking forward to that if that's the matchup. Because I think the other reason why they picked the SLARK here is it's a hero who's really difficult to gank with the Enchantress if they decide to dodge. Oh, Sylar is playing the Bristleback, and ROTK will probably be on the Nyx Assassin then in the offlane, which is not so bad. It's okay. And it looks like they're probably going to. There's some chance that they're just going to ditch the Bristleback altogether and try to go into the aggressive trialing and do some cool stuff if DK decide to go aggro.
I think their plan is just to create havoc and create chaos at the early stage. Like, you just dodge the Earthshaker and Rubik and you just keep moving around, making the enemy move around as well. So the OD will always constantly be in fear and he can't really use his lane dominance to his advantage. And furthermore, he's up against a Razor. Razor plus OD, I would say. Razor has the upper hand if played correctly.
I agree. I agree completely. That's how it's going to play out, at least.
Do you think maybe they do an aggressive tri-lane with Sylar at bottom and they leave RTK on the safe lane at top?
They could also do that. Yes, they can. But this is all gonna depend on DK, basically, how DK are gonna lane. But a lot of times when I see Burning playing Mirana, it's always been a aggressive tri-lane. Here he has a Wraithband Tango build. It's quite interesting.
Most likely it will be a safe lane.
Region SLARK has?
I think most likely it's going to be a safe lane, Mirana. Okay guys, welcome to the first game of DK vs Vici G-League action. This is going to be the first match of the best of 3 series. I'll be introducing the team on the Radiant side. DK, Mushi the drafter on the Outworld Devourer, Burning the carry player on the Mirana. Ice will be taking up the SLARK. Lamb will be playing on his Earthshaker. Mamaya or MMY will be on the Rubik.
Alright, and here on BG side, the EMS champions back in China now. Trying to bring their dominance. BG, ROTK playing the Nyx Assassin, and he is also the captain, I believe. FY on the Lion. Sylar playing Bristol Boss. Super on the Razor. And we have Fenrir playing Enchantress. And now that we might see some kind of mini clash. Oh boy, he can get fissured up. This is really bad.
That's first blood.
FY, what? that is not where you want to be, man. Like when you're going to even scout, you need to remember that there's an Earthshaker on the opponent team. That guy. What initiation, huh?
Yeah, and another ward
Maybe the
place.
pause really screwed them. What do you think?
Maybe the pause made the player think otherwise, but
Yeah.
it was nevertheless a first blood given away, and DK plays the observer ward there for ice again, so I would expect this not to be aggressive tri-lane, would be just a SLARK solo up here. Maybe Lamb would do some pulling with his fissure, maybe. The first rune is gonna spawn on bottom lane. It's gonna be an invis rune for RTK here. So the lanes will be Bristleback. They'll be doing a safe lane Bristleback with the Lion and Enchantress around here. And let me ask you, do you think this is good? Lion getting the Hex at level 1?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea why he has X at level 1, to be fair.
Wow.
Actually, it's a 12-second cooldown stun. Your Hex has a 30-second cooldown. Probably he got the Hex to deal a little bit more damage, but I still think the stun might deal more damage. Not sure.
Look at the lanes. This is not what we both expected. They are going to
No.
leave the Earthshaker and
Super already took so much damage on mid lane.
They're going to leave the Earthshaker and OD on top. Mirana and Rubik would be the heroes handling the Razor here middle, and
This
the
is
bottom
so
lane
good.
Nyx versus SLARK. I would heavily favor the SLARK for sure. This matchup.
Yeah, exactly. This is so good lanes coming from DK. Obviously, the OD won't have a lot of XP since it's not solo, but at least he won't be wrecked by a Razor and an Enchantress, right?
Yeah, and it would depend on how the Enchantress dictates the gameplay. I would say he is the most important part of the puzzle here for Vici Gaming. Lion will be looking to get a few levels before he starts to move, preferably up to level 3. Maybe he moves at level 2, it depends on the situation, but they really need to make things happen because looking at how the lanes are positioned right now, Earthshaker is going to make sure Mushi gets some farm and level at top, and middle lane is going to suppress Super a lot. The dual lane, they're going to lift him up, right up, but not going to hit any arrow on
Just
Super
deal
here.
some extra damage.
Yeah, they're going to try and smoke, I think, FY and Fenrir. They're going to go into a good
They
position.
really need to do something here. Super tanking up a little bit more.
They're gonna get a Centaur. This is the perfect creep for them to smoke around and gang. ROTK gonna go down here to that first blood. Sorry, not the first blood, but second blood.
Yeah,
SLARK
really
got the
big for
levels
SLARK,
first.
getting solo
Yeah,
XP.
SLARK got the levels first, so it's really big, like you said, for the SLARK.
One
Ice,
level
ice,
ahead
ice.
now. One level ahead.
FY smoke towards middle with Fenrir going to go by the side there. There's an illusion not scouting anything because of the smoke, so they're gonna try and rotate behind, but MMY is at a good
already
position.
looking for it. Yep.
He is at a good position here to stop the smoke gank. Burning has leap, so they only can kill the
They don't
Rubik
have
if they
stun.
catch the
They don't
Rubik.
have stun either, so
Hex
not level
into the
2 on the
Centaur
line.
Stomp. Hex into the Centaur Stomp. That's the only way.
it's gonna be a
Look at
little
his
bit
positioning,
difficult.
Teban. Look at his positioning.
It's absolutely perfect, man. This is like the best you can do with this Rubik right now.
And look at the Rubik illusion.
He knows.
He's looking for the
He's scouting
supports.
for the supports. Yeah, and MMY knows that there's nothing. Like the supports are missing, and they know that they're ganking mid or bottom, one or the other. And even Ice said, look at him, he's blocking creeps right now. He knows that there's some chance that BG went all the way into their jungle, but now they're just gonna go back. And if this illusion scouts them, they're really screwed.
The illusion will scout them, scout both the supports.
There
So
it is. Now they know the Enchantress is back.
yeah, the ward will scout out the Lion as well, so they would play really aggressive again on their both lanes. SLARK has Orb of Venom and Boots. Oh, he's gonna pounce on RTK. RTK is gonna take a lot of damage. He's waiting and waiting until the Dark Pact gets casted before he casts his Impale.
And aren't you surprised that this Bristleback has like 13 last hits,
Wow.
even though he's in the 2v1 lane?
I just noticed.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, I'd say. When the Enchantress and Lion were gone, they were a bit scared on the Earthshaker OD, but still, 14 last hits to Mushi's 9. That's really impressive.
Yeah, and Enchantress has a Satyr there helping out Super with the constant spam of the blast, the shockwave.
Just stealing the experience from both of these guys. They're really deprived, I think. The Ench and the Lion right now, at least.
Yeah, RTK used out the Impale on Ice there, doing some harassment. Nothing much going on so far. It's all about DK wanting to make sure all their 3 heroes get farm. Earthshaker protecting the OD on top lane, Rubik making sure Burning gets farm in middle, and Ice will be the one left to his own devices, having a much more
Yeah.
favorable matchup against the
This
Nexus.
is this is really bad for ROTK here. He has no boots, and the SLARK has boots and
Orb of Venom.
So if at any point he does like fall into Ice's right clicks, he's so dead. Even
Yeah.
one stun won't save him because he's gonna be that slow.
Vici Gaming are gonna rotate both their supports
Oh,
again.
here
and,
it is. He's
and
gonna
another smoke
apply
gang.
some-
He's gonna apply some pressure, but
oh my god,
Rubik,
MMY again!
MMY is standing at the perfect position
Again?
to scout out the smoke gang once more.
Wow, that's 2 smoke gangs from BG that are gone to waste, and now they're just gonna go all the way to bottom lane and try to apply pressure on the off lane here.
Yeah, the ward will spot
But
their
SLARK is already
rotations.
6. SLARK is
Yeah.
already level 6 now.
He's gonna go in and try to regenerate his health.
Burning, getting some vision on them.
Oh, ROTK doesn't have mana. ROTK doesn't have mana. Doesn't have mana.
This is
Well,
big
it's gonna
trouble
get
for
pounced.
RTK.
Spike
He has
Carapace.
boots, but won't matter so
FY
much.
is gonna
Oh,
come in to
FY
save
hit
him. Yeah. Without FY being
Gonna
here,
back
he could have been dead.
Yes, he would have. He had enough.
Oh, Super gonna
Oh.
use his static link on MMY there.
He's gonna be able to get some last hits in now with that.
Look
link.
at ROTK. ROTK's in trouble here. He's in trouble. He's gonna go down.
He actually stuck around for this. That's a big surprise. He knew his bottle was coming in, but he still stuck around.
Yeah. You know what I felt he was
Ah, should've
thinking?
waited
He
for the
he
bottom.
felt the supports was near to him, and but Ice know the exact location of the supports with the ward here.
Yeah. And oh boy, Fenrir just placed a ward, and DK's vision.
Yeah, look at the
Just
top
caught
lane.
it.
The Bristleback is driving the two heroes back. He's out harassing them. They're both so low,
Yeah.
and look at his last
That's
hits.
crazy. I don't even know. Okay, now that he's his level 6, it makes more sense that he has like he's gonna do fine. But 28 last hits, that's really impressive, I think. Fight when you're fighting against OD
Yeah,
and
it is
Earthshaker.
very impressive, and FY will be standing in middle, hoping that DK would just dive in to try and kill Super, and he'll be there to turn things around. Fenrir will be, however, just farming his way up in the jungle. He's just almost reaching level 4. That's a really low level, and
Oh
Ice
boy,
gets another solo kill.
with the double damage. And
Yeah, mid lane.
ROTK is not even level 6, so wow.
They're gonna go in with a Hex onto Burning, Impel. Plasma Field is on cooldown for another few seconds, so Burning will be able to leap out of there. They're gonna TP in. Oh, actually cancel the TP? Yeah, I
No,
think
no,
it was
no,
the
he put it-
Earthshaker.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the Earthshaker. Arrow gonna miss there by Burning.
Oh, yeah.
RTK is just having such a bad time at bottom lane. He can't fight with the SLARK at
It's
all.
like at all.
The matchup
Yeah,
is just
this
heavily
is-
in Ice's favor.
In my opinion, okay, now the OD has surpassed the Bristleback,
Hmm.
but I think this snowballing SLARK is gonna be a very, very big problem for
What do you
BG
think?
game.
What do you think he builds up into as his first item to move around the map to gank? Syla there, running up to the Earthshaker, casting his Nesogul. Earthshaker drops a fissure there to block off the path there, stops the engagement.
Yeah, and there was a Harpy creep too that could have dealt a lot of damage if he didn't get blocked up, and he's just gonna use that to help out.
Yeah,
the
you
lane.
look at the middle lane as well, T-Ben. Super has 27 last hits against 2 heroes, and Burning has 26. I would say both the dual lanes of DK are not really working as well as they would expect it.
They got a lot of XP on the supports because they dual lane like this, but you could say to an extent that the BG
Arrow onto
smokes
Super.
because they failed.
Lift into Arrow. Fate Bolt is used as well.
Boy.
Starfall is going to kill him. Super's going to go down here. FI is
That's a big
rotating in.
kill. Nice
Leap out.
Invis, just to try and get out here. I guess he had leap too. He probably didn't need to cast the Invis, but
Wow, our
They
TK
didn't
came
know
to
where the
middle
Nyx
as
was.
well and accomplished nothing. Didn't help manage to save Super, and he rotated out of his lane. I was
Yeah.
talking to you about what items you think should be the best selection for ISSI, since he's the one having the best start here.
he just bought something right now.
Magic Wand, I think.
It's a
the upgrade.
bracer.
Oh, he's gonna go for a
And-
drums.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent item. To be fair, I think SLARK has like so many different item builds that he can go. It's all gonna be on ISSI's preference. Whatever
Yeah.
he went in his last pub on SLARK probably will be his item build.
What do you think about the armlet build on the SLARK? Would you prefer to go for that build in this sort of game?
No, I don't think so. I think whatever. I get what you're saying, but I for some reason I just don't feel like he's gonna go the armlet unless you've seen him go armlet before.
I've seen him go armlet before, but it is in pub games, and Vici Gaming are going to smoke up. Realizing they're in a horrid position after the laning phase, they need to get something done here.
Yeah,
Most
they wanna
likely they're
see
going
this.
to maybe try and kill Ice because mid lane seems to be in a difficult spot to try and get a gank off, but they're going to
I
try and
know.
force the issue here with the Centaur on the Enchantress.
Mid is probably better anyways. Like Ice is one hero and probably really difficult to kill if he does get it.
He has a TP scroll too. He can. Here comes the Lion. Hex
yeah?
onto MMY. Impale as well. Our TK gonna get a Vendetta strike on our MMY. MMY is just taking all the blows for burning. He's taking it everything.
He
Every
really
time the
is.
smoke gank and everything. Burning has the best support there.
Yeah, they need to deal some kind of damage to this tower. It's really important that with these kind of smoke ganks, if you don't get some kind of objective as well,
Mm-hmm.
it could easily mean nothing, basically. Those kills, because like you're smoking up for one Rubik, right? And you put 4 heroes into that kill. How much is it really worth?
But you
Apart
look at
from
the
the
last
pressure they
hit
apply.
department though, Tiban. Vici Gaming are not doing terrible, apart from the bottom lane where they lost the lane completely with ROTK. I wouldn't really blame him because the matchup, like we talked about before, was just very bad in his favor. Ice is
Yeah.
gonna always win against Nyx Assassin with a SLARK. Sentry Ward gonna deward the ward here. MMY notices that Vici Gaming placed a ward there during the last smoke where he died. And Burning is gonna continue his farm here. I'm not sure whether it's a good game here for getting a Midas on Burning. Maybe he just goes for his core items as soon as possible. The Midas though might be a little bit dangerous since they have an OD as well. OD, Mirana, and SLARK, they have all very tree farming intensive cores.
Yeah, this Slark though, he's getting so much and he's so difficult to kill now, especially since he has the Bracelet Treads build.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how they're gonna deal with Slark. I think later on in the game as well, Slark eats Bristleback because he's stealing all his
Strength.
stats. Yeah, and I think it's gonna be a big problem, and I'm not really too sure. They need to get some kind of Lion to level 6 and try to use a finger for the Slark and get a few more kills after that to stop his snowball. But looks like a smoke coming out from DK here.
Yeah,
off lane.
SLARK has a TP to go top, and Mushi is almost going to get his mecha as well. That will be the
Yeah.
optimal timing for them to fight 5 versus 5 against Vici. ROTK is going to use his Vendetta, going to run in here. There's a Sentry Ward further back, but there's no Sentry Wards in the lane. Do they have detection? Yes, there's a Sentry Ward on the Rubik. RTK going to reveal the smoke here. They have to notice something is wrong. They placed a Sentry, but it was far too back to detect RTK. RTK is just going to run out, noticing that Burning actually popped his ultimate. Visual onto Fenrir.
Oh,
Arrow's
boy.
going to come in as well. Astral Imprisonment onto Fenrir as well. Sylar
Nice
gonna come
center
in.
stun, but
Impale gonna hit too. Earthshaker and Mirana. Sylar gonna do a lot of damage to Lamb. Lamb gets hexed up here. Fenrir is on one drop
gonna
of
be
few
the first
points.
one to fall.
He's gonna drop his
It's actually
Echo Slam.
Slark. Took out the next assassin as well on the side.
Yeah, SLARK is still moving around the map here. Gonna imprison it. Super once more. Super runs out of mana because of that, and Ice gets out of that fight. There's no way they could fight anymore after that. They still have the OD ultimate up. He's almost having his mecha as well. Oh, Enchantress
so
is gonna
surprised
fall
the
down.
Enchantress,
Super's gonna go down here. Super's gonna go down.
Oh
Ice
boy,
just has a great game. He just has a great game here. Hex up onto Ice. But I don't think they can kill
Still
him.
got death back.
He's gonna kill FI as
He's gonna
well.
get another kill.
Oh no.
And ROTK is gonna miss the stun and Ice
Ice is gonna run out. He's just gonna run out here.
Pops jump charge and just walks away.
Oh
Regenerating
no,
up.
Fissure up as well. ROTK
Oh,
gets
wow,
arrowed in the
nice
face.
arrow.
Sylar gonna get chased down here. Quill spray. All those quill sprays are not gonna save you against the SLARK, Sylar. SLARK is gonna come in, pounce on Sylar. Sylar's gonna get his stats drained by the SLARK.
Still got his ultimate as well.
Yeah, Fenrir takes out the Earthshaker here. FY TP's in, but in no avail. Can't help his teammate there.
Unstoppable.
Super teleported in front. Mushi is still thinking whether they should continue the engage here. He's really low on mana, and he should just go back and get his mech.
Poor Latnam. He died. He was the only one to die on DK's side twice. But very nicely done by Ice. Vici really underestimating the power of this Slark, and they just, fell to him over and over.
He's gonna get a BKB, I think. He has Ogre Cup.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks like it. He just wants to be like this unstoppable force at this point. Any time he goes in, there's like nearly no chance of VG actually killing him. They need to get some kind of static link on the SLARK when he pounces in and absorb all this damage, and then try to use that to their advantage. But apart from that, I don't know how they're gonna manage a BKB SLARK.
Yeah, they don't have really anything apart from the damage drain, and our TK is gonna get hit by an arrow. Spike Carapace there, Vendetta even to escape. There goes your ganking tool.
Oh boy.
Oh, Ice is gonna be the dictator of the pace right now. He's the one having the most farm, having the highest level. He's gonna control a lot of the game. Fissure onto super here, imprisonment to follow up. There's a Sanity's Eclipse here. Enchant Autumn, Sanity's Eclipse.
Nicely done.
Gone.
Yeah, and
Super is gone.
In this game, Mushi actually built the mech, and in this one, I can definitely agree that the mech is a good choice since they have Mirana and they have SLARK to deal all the physical damage, and they do need that mech hero because they don't have another one.
FY is gonna come in here, try to kill Burning. Burning seems to be dead if he gets Hex here. Oh, he's gonna manage to leap away there. That extra movement speed gets him out of there. And once again, have Vici even managed to get anything out of all their smoke guns apart from one kill on MMY?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was the only kill they got out of all their smoke gangs so far in the game, and DK are gonna try and defend their middle tower. Lamb has already teleported his way into middle. Gonna use a fissure to try and slow down the push maybe. Gonna wait for Rubik as well. Rubik is TPing behind. Two of them gonna TP in front. Fissure connects.
Arrow onto Sylar.
Arrow into Sylar as well.
Take him out here, I think.
SLARK is gonna TP in front. Impale onto 2. Our TK gets imprisoned up before. Mech charge pop out by Mushi. SLARK is gonna pounce in here. Not gonna latch on Super. It's gonna chase Super with his ultimate here. Fissure again. Takes out Super here. Imprisonment as well. Oh no, are they gonna get more heroes? Wow, he actually appeared on the other side of the fissure. Another impale by RTK, gonna take out Mushi here. MMI steals Plasma Field, gonna take out another hero. 2 heroes, 4 heroes down on Vici's side. ISSI is gonna chase down Fenrir as well. Fissure gonna finish off Fenrir, that's a team wipe. Vici lost all their heroes there.
GG. Wow, what a quick game. I mean,
this guy is the MVP, Steven, this guy here.
I have clicked on him too. I'm clicked just from the snowball on the bottom lane. Like, he had the most perfect lane possible for him, and he got a solo kill. And from there, I think this game was just, it was his. It was his to take, and he took it.
Let me ask you one thing. Would you have preferred VG lane the way I talked about just now, like having the Bristleback on the bottom lane and Nyx on the safe lane? I feel it would have been a lot better for them that way. But that was a really quick stomp by DK, showing Vici ROTK who's the boss. They don't want to let ROTK beat them once more. ROTK actually beat DK the last 2 times, right? They actually beat DK twice.
Something like that. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick break and come back with the second game as soon as possible, guys. Stay tuned.